Hello, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a big spring book haul. So this spring I bought around 20 books, and that's why I kind of like do seasonal hauls, is because like I don't really buy a substantial amount per month to be doing like monthly book hauls, but I do buy like a good amount to talk about in one video like per seasons. I'm really kind of excited about all the books that I bought this spring because like I've got some like books that I've read in the past, I've got some new books, I've got some like authors that I haven't read from before but I really want to read. I just want to dive right in. Make sure to like this video if you're excited, subscribe down below, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Also, I did not want to forget to mention, but I will be live streaming this Saturday the 17th from 4:15 p.m. EST to 5:15 p.m. EST. I'll put the other time zones on screen. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'll have the waiting room up for 30 minutes before on my channel, and then I'll go live and we'll answer questions, and I just love, you know, talking to you guys. I hope you can make it. Alrighty, first up I've got the full Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I've already read all these, but I definitely did want my own collection because I like whenever I try to get it from like the library, it's like never really there. It's just like it's really hard to put my hands on, so like I really wanted to get like some physical copies that like I could reread because I already did have the Infernal Devices series. It's on my bookshelf below me, but yeah, I wanted to have like a full collection of the series, and now I have 10 of the Mortal Instruments books because I have all the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, and I have this book right here, which is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. So yeah, I'm really increasing my collection of the Cassandra Clare books, and I'm really excited. This is a really great series, especially like the last 3 books. I haven't like read these books in almost like 2-ish years, and I really want to read them again like around this summer or this spring. I'm so excited. But yeah, the Mortal Instruments series is basically about this girl named Clary. She kind of stumbles upon this party where she sees this like demon being hunted by these shadow hunters, and so she sees this one shadow hunter named Jace, and he kind of sees that she sees him, and he's like, whoa, you can see me? How can you see me? Because I'm a shadow hunter, like I'm basically like a different race. And then like Clary is like, oh my gosh, I can see you, whoa, there's this whole new world. And then like she comes to like the Shadowhunter Institute and starts getting involved in this mystery with her mother being a shadow hunter, and like there's this kind of immortal cup that she has to go after, and there's like this evil guy that there's like this biological side to Clary that we need to figure out, and it's just a really interesting series. I definitely recommend it, and I'll be reading it soon, hopefully. Okay, next up I got 2 books that I read as an audiobook and just needed to have in my possession, and those are To Best the Boys and Warrior of the Wild. Now I got these 2 books because, well, mainly for the first reason is because I couldn't really find them on the audiobook platform that I use now. I first got these on a free trial of Scribd when I was first trying out audiobooks, because they were just giving out like free trials without even having to put in a credit card because of the pandemic, and because they wanted to increase sales to their business, because they knew if they gave out free trials more people would sign up. And it was a good business strategy, but I never signed up for Scribd because I found about Libby, which uses your library. To Best the Boys is about this girl whose mom is dying from a plague. She's researching the cure, but she realizes that she needs to kind of win a scholarship to this college to kind of really get more advanced material and resources to help her mom. To get this scholarship, she needs to go to this kind of all-boy competition, and she needs to kind of disguise herself as a boy and win so that she can go to the college and get the scholarship to save her mom. It's really interesting because there's some magical components, and the competition itself is really unique and fun and just so cool to read about. The Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller is about this girl named Rasmira. I love this name, Rasmira, and she's like in this Viking-inspired kind of village. It's like a Viking-ish time period, and everyone like in the village needs to, when they're like turning into an adult and going into like their respective fields, like Rasmira is going into warrior, there's also like craftsmanships and weaponsmiths and all like the different kind of, you know, jobs that you could have as a tribe. Everyone needs to complete a trial, and when Rasmira goes to complete her trial, she's sabotaged by an old family friend, and basically she fails the trial because of it. So her tribe has to banish her, like they're forced to banish her, and she has to go out into the wild and complete her Madiger, which is basically a task that they give these people, but like, you know, it's never gonna really happen. So basically the tribe gives her the Madiger of, you know, defeating this evil god that's been like oppressing all of the villages. And so she's like, I can't do this. How am I gonna live? How am I gonna kill the god? But she finds some other people that have also been banished, and she kind of teams up with them to try to complete her Madiger and their Madigers and defeat this evil god. It's so good. These two books are like my faves, and I'm so excited to read them soon. Ugh, I just love them so much, and I can't recommend them enough. Okay, next up we've got Pacifica by Kristen Simmons, and I'm gonna zoom this in because so you guys can see it, but oh, come on, autofocus. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really cool cover, but basically on the back it says blue skies, green grass, clear ocean water, and island paradise like the ones that existed before the melt. And this has to do with like in this world there's 500 lucky winners from this lottery, and they're basically going to this secret island paradise where they can just kind of, you know, live on this great vacation. And we are set with this character named Marin Carey, who is basically like a pirate, and she's kind of like somewhat of a royalty person, and she knows that there is nothing there, so I think she's gonna go like follow them or something, or find out what's really on this island, because she knows that there's nothing, it seems like a scam to her. So she's gonna have to go find out the mystery of this island that all these 500 people are going to. It's about 375 pages, which is like a good length, so I'm really excited to read this and see what the mystery of this paradise is. I'm kind of hoping there is some sort of paradise, because like I'm all for like kind of fun, cool paradisical islands. I don't know. Oh, I'm super excited for this one. We have got Brandon Sanderson, Skyward. I've been really excited to read this ever since I saw the cover. Like, look how pretty it is. I don't know, I just like the purple. But basically on the back it says, Defiance is survival. Spence's world has been under attack for decades. Now pilots are the heroes of what's left of the human race, and becoming one has always been Spence's dream. But her fate is intertwined with that of her father, a pilot himself who was killed years ago when he abruptly deserted his team, leaving Spence's chance of attending flight school at slim to none. No one will let Spencer forget what her father did, yet fate works in mysterious ways, and an accidental discovery in a long-forgotten cavern might provide her way with a claim to the stars. This sounds really good. It sounds like a sci-fi, and I'm just so excited to read Brandon Sanderson. The other Brandon Sanderson book that I have is a part 2. I need to still get the part 1 to that book before I even read it, but this one I can read, and I'm excited. It's a start to a series, and I'm just excited to kind of see like what Brandon Sanderson has to offer and what this sci-fi has to offer. Alright, next up we have got A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer, and this is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely by also Bridget Kemmerer. And this series, really top tier. It's basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Obviously the second book is not going to be, because a lot happened in the first book, and there's this crazy cliffhanger. I don't really quite remember it, but there's like a lot to do with like people, you know, not being who they say they are, or like realizing what they truly are, and like there's just a lot of that in the series, and there's a lot of twists, there's a lot of like shocking kind of like emotional moments, and so I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm excited to reread the first book, because that was like all the way last year when I first read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, but A Heart So Fierce and Broken, finally got the second book in this trilogy, and yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I love the first book, and I'm so excited to go into the second. How many pages are in this book? 450. Okay. Pretty good length. Alright, next up we have got the Diabolic series. So we got the Diabolic and then the Empress, and these are by S.J. Kincaid? I don't know. But yeah, you can probably just look it up and find it. But on the back of the first one it says, a Diabolic is ruthless. A Diabolic is powerful. A Diabolic has a single task. Kill in order to protect the person you've been created for. And so this seems like really interesting. I think we're set with a Diabolic, and that we're set with this character named Sidonia. She's heir to the Galactic Senate, and she, I think, is trying to hunt down someone, and then she'll realize that like there's this whole, it's probably like a dystopian. I feel like it's a sci-fi for sure, because you can just look and like see Galactic Senate, like you can kind of get a hint from that. It's gonna be a sci-fi, and I'm really excited. Like, look at these covers, they're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm excited to see like what this world has to offer, what like the kind of hierarchy is, and also like what, you know, what does that mean to be a Diabolic and having to kill someone? Like, what's the purpose of like having someone to kill? Like, are they the enemies from the Empire? Is there any sort of reason for it, or is it just to prove your worth? Like, I'm just really curious to see what happens. Next up we have got Edgeland by Jake Halpern and Peter Kujawinski, and this looks really interesting. And I think it's basically about this like world where there is an edge, and I think maybe, yeah, let's just read the back, because I have no idea. A warning to the living, don't fall in. There's a gaping hole in the ocean, and it's 30 miles wide. They call it the Drain, and they say it's the gateway to the afterlife. On the nearby island of Edgeland, Alec works in one of the wealthy bone houses. Oh my gosh, this is already making me excited. I love books about islands. I don't know why. Alex works in one of the wealthy bone houses where the dead are blessed and loaded onto rafts before floating into the Drain. It's a good business, and Alec is a rising star. Oh, okay. So I think this book is about this, two characters, or maybe more. They go into the abyss, they go off the edge, and they go into a different world, and I think this is going to be really interesting. I just like the concept so much. And next up we have got the Unwanted's Quest, and this is the 4th book, Dragonfire. I've been slowly, and I mean very slowly, buying this series, because like I've got all the Unwanted's books. As you can see, there's 7 of the Unwanted's books, and then there's going to be another 7 Unwanted's Quest books, and so I've got book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and then this is book 5, and there's only 2 more, so I'm getting sad that, like, the Montes is finally going to be wrapping up, but, like, I'm also excited to be getting these new books in the series because they've been out. I just haven't been able to get my hands on them. This one looks really thick, too, so I'm really interested to see. It's, like, 450 pages, which is kind of uncommon for an Unwanted book, so I'm really excited to have it with my brethren. It's going to go, like, right there. I gotta reorder my bookshelves again soon. I've read books 1 through 3, and it's getting super interesting, and I'm so excited to see, and I have like this one hope. I have this one hope, and I'm so excited to see it happen. If it happens, I will be so stoked. So yeah, I'm praying for one thing. I'm not gonna speak it out loud, or I feel like it's gonna be spoiled, but I do have some hopes. Okay, I got a couple more books, and well, let me find book 1. Which one's book 1? Okay, this is book 1, but yeah, okay, I got The Revenge of Magic series by James Riley. I know this is like his unpopular series. I know he's famous for writing The Story Thieves, and I do want to read that, but I just could not find it. There's this exclusive tour, like virtual tour for a book for Unlocked by Shannon Messenger, and Shannon Messenger was talking with the author of this series, James Riley, and I thought he was a really cool guy. I wanted to see what his writing was all about, and so I picked up 2 of The Revenge of Magic series, and they're in hardcover. They look pretty cool, honestly, like, ooh. And basically what it says, magic has returned in spell books dug up around the world. One for the body, bones and skin. One for the spirit, its spectral kin. One for the mind, thoughts and dreams. One for the world, from dirt to streams. One for all space, wide and vast. One for all time, future and past. 7 from 6, the rest on earth. One saves all have proved their worth. And so this looks like a really cool, like, magical, spelly, fantasy, like, just like lighthearted middle grade that I'm just so excited to explore. Like, you don't know how much I love like my little middle grade stories. James Riley, do not let me down. Alright, last up we have got Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angeli. I just got this because of the cover, because look at it. It's like a circus kind of cover, and look at the back, there's a lot of praise, and it's an interesting story too. Like, of course I always read the summary before I buy a book, but basically the series is about like, or not this series, but this book is about like this city, and there's a circus, and it's called The Conquering Circus. There is like 3 main characters who are set with the star, Kalia, the master, Jack, and the magician DeMarco, yeah. Magicians face off on a daring game of magical feats to find the next headliner of the Conquering Circus. Fame and glory await the winner, but no contestant is safe. Accident, injuries, and missing magicians throughout each act grows riskier. The show must go on, and the 3 entangled within the dark heart of it will do whatever it takes. Little do they know, on a stage where love, lies, and illusion collide, nothing ever escapes the spotlight, especially in a game with no way out. It sounds like honestly like an adult book, which I'm excited for, because I don't really read a lot of adult. I read primarily young adult and middle grades. I'm really excited for this book. It sounds so intriguing. Alrighty guys, here's just a portion of what I talked about today. This was a pretty good book haul, honestly. Like, one of my most exciting. It's not like 30 books or anything like some of my past ones. More of just like books that I'm like just really excited to read. Like, I just made sure that I wasn't buying any books that like I just were buying for decoration, because like for sure, you know, that top shelf was not all there just for the interest. I was just getting some different colored books. Okay, I could not carry all of those, but yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to read all these books. If you read any of them, please let me know down below, and we can discuss, because I'm really excited to read them. If you have read them, I hope you enjoyed them. So make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe down below for more content from me, because why not? You can always unsubscribe in the future. Make sure to the notification bell on so you get notified when I do fun stuff. Have a great rest of your day. I think you know, whatever, leave a comment, and see you guys in the next video. Leave the last video up there, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, yo.